I graduated in Trenton '91.
I graduated Woodhaven in 1990. We're actually all next door neighbors.
So this is kind of, yeah.
Back in Trenton in the
So
early 2000s.
So this was the memories and the time, you're your age. Oh, it goes fast. And so getting some firsthand information about that fall, that October, that was a little crazy. So, yeah, tell the story.
So yeah, when Mr. Clemens, Mike, I heard about it actually this last weekend that you guys were doing this play, and I was actually really intrigued because for me, graduated from Woodhaven in 1991. I played football, did tennis and track as well. So the Woodhaven Trenton rivalry was a real big thing. It was always when you're practicing, and the football team was always like the last game of the year. Kind of think of Michigan versus Ohio State. It was our big rival. Like, didn't matter. Like, we had to beat Trenton. But also in that time too, in the going out of the 80s into the 90s, that's also the very time of, when gangster rap started coming around and everybody else. And Woodhaven, that shit itself is a growing community. We were always thought of as the Woodhaven kids. Growing up in Woodhaven was the other kids. The Trenton kids were always the cool preppy kids, and the Woodhaven kids were always like thought of a little down here. So anytime we beat Trenton, it was like a big thing. And so in 1990, we were playing against Trenton. It was a good game. We actually Woodhaven won 14-0. I played a lot. I played offensive guard and linebacker. It was just like a lot of talk. Like in anything you're doing in sports or any activities, like the other kids are always just jibber jabbering against each other. And then actually one of the plays that caused kind of the outrage was a punt. Everybody knows what punting is in football. So it's punting. I'm playing offensive guard, not the fastest guy, that's why I'm on the offensive line. Running down, there's a kid from Trenton that was just yapping, and the ball was rolling, and then one of our faster players went to go touch it, then he hit the Woodhaven player, and then I hit the Trenton player.
Oh yeah.
And then a kind of a skirmish. And so then we ended up winning, and then everybody always went to Taco Bell after we did. And if you're wearing your Woodhaven varsity jacket, going to the Taco Bell, the Trenton kid was coming, a fight was going to always happen, especially after that game. And so a big brawl ended up happening after the Woodhaven Trenton game. That I wasn't at Taco Bell that night. I was still playing, and I heard about it, getting all the texts. One of my friends, Todd Smith, had a beeper back then, and get pagers. Oh my God, a big fight broke down. And so everybody met up afterwards, and like, oh, the Trenton kids, they beat up a bunch of Woodhaven kids, even the girls. So like the girls would get in a fight with other girls. If you walked into Taco Bell and you had a Trenton jacket on, a Woodhaven kid would beat you up, and the same thing happened. I remember getting called into the school that Monday, me and a couple of the other football captains, they ended up saying that, I got suspended from school because I wasn't even, a fight that I wasn't even involved with, just to try to calm everything down. And so it actually escalated, a couple months after that, right, Mike? It was it just kind of just kept on going. Like, if you were going to go into Taco Bell or be driving on the streets and you're Woodhaven, kids in Trenton would want to chase you down. And actually, so the teams didn't play for about 10 years after that. So Woodhaven and Trenton, they actually stopped the rivalry for about 10 years. And then my understanding that after the 10-year period, the two schools got back together and they did some practicing together afterwards. So it literally was like kind of like a West Side Story type of thing. So it's pretty exciting. So I don't know if any of you guys had parents that graduated around that time, and what did your parents say?
My mom was in that fight.
Your mom was in that fight. Who's your mother?
Deborah Barron.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
You know her?
Yeah, she's. Tell your mom the Bonomos say hi.
Yeah, I went to Michigan State too.
My parents moved to the district in 2001. They weren't there during the fight.
Okay. Yeah, so it was. Yeah, so it was interesting. So I think you're. I think a lot of people in the community are gonna be happy to see you guys do this performance, and it is a real thing. So, any other questions? Nothing. No?
Wait, who won the fight? That's the real question.
I don't think anybody actually ended up winning the fight. It wasn't like
But like,
there was no guns or knives or
who's
anything.
closer? Who's closer?
Who was closer?
Yeah.
you know, I'd always say the Woodhaven team people.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, I'm thinking the Trenton side. There's some tough dudes, you know, on the Trenton side too. So.
Club was actually in the
Yeah, they had a hockey program. We didn't play hockey.
Ow.
Any other questions?
How would you say, like, you, compared to, like, how were people back in the 90s acting, like, during the rivalry, like, compared to, like, kids in this generation?
Well, you know, we're Gen Xers, so, you know, there was a lot of, I mean, back then, a lot of the kids, they acted, you know, we got a lot of our swagger or anything from the, you know, kind of the rap people, and there was always just different cliques and everything like that, but it was more of a traditional, just the slang that was going on, like you guys. I mean, I think it's fascinating that some of the 90s trends come back a lot in the last couple of years, but it was 34 years ago.
Do you know if Woodhaven and Trenton still have a rivalry, or has it passed?
I don't think it's much as of
Not
now.
like that.
Because in the history of Woodhaven too, the history of the school district was formed in the late 70s, and Woodhaven actually tried to join Trenton as a city, but it was turned down because we're like Home Depots and everything else. That used to be our oil refineries. So like the Woodhaven School District was formed. We tried to join Trenton, but we didn't. So I think that's a little bit of why the rivalry was there.
My hairdresser went to Trenton during this time, and she said that she had friends from Woodhaven, and people from Trenton literally like shunned her and wouldn't talk to her because she had Trenton friends.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Or Woodhaven friends. Did that like happen a lot? Like,
It did. I remember like when I went to Michigan State my freshman year, so I graduated in 91 to the fall of 91, and then meeting some people from Trenton, thinking, oh man, those guys are jerks and everything. But actually, the one person that helped me, so I knew a couple of people from Trenton because our old, not the teacher, the people that help the classes, what's it called? The counselors. Mrs. Gambino, her son, who actually graduated with Mike, you know, he played football, and I actually knew him, so she kind of got some of the guys together to kind of ease it, so it wasn't like you weren't getting shunned for like, screw those Trenton kids or F those whatever kids.
Like in the fight, but were you also like super mad at Trenton kids, or were you like?
No, the kid that I hit, I know he ended up trying to like in the game. Yeah, the kid I hit in the game, he tried to like come by my house or something.
What'd you tell him when he tried to come by your house?
Nothing. He wasn't gonna fight me.
wait, he's going to big shot. Ain't gonna do nothing, buddy.
Anyhow, what other questions? You guys excited about doing this play?
Oh yeah! So excited.
Who's playing what?
I'm playing Friar John.
Our Romeo and Juliet, that's our Juliet.
Oh my goodness.
I'm the
So who is Romeo from Woodhaven or from who's the Trenton people and who's the Woodhaven people?
That's what
Montagues are Trenton, and Woodhaven is the Capulets. All right. Any other questions?
Clem?
Yes.
Can't the Montagues be Woodhaven?
No!
Dang it. Yes.
Woodhaven or Trenton, either or, if they had more of like an urban style or like a preppy early 90s style.
Oh, the Trenton people were definitely more preppy than I would think the Woodhaven were more urban.
Okay.
Wait, what was that?
Yeah, I mean, it was just more, I mean, Woodhaven at the time, you got to also remember,
I'm very excited.
we were more of a school choice, so we had more of a mixed, diverse culture.
Okay.
We had a really good basketball team too in 89.
All right. Any other questions? Okay. Well, thanks for telling the story and loaning us the vintage swag.